I'm Dilip Jeste. I'm a geriatric psychiatrist and I'm the director of Social Determinants of Health Network, a nonprofit, and president-elect of the World Federation for Psychotherapy. For the last several years, we have been studying ways in which loneliness can be treated and prevented. And we have found consistently that wisdom, which is a personality trait, is the best antidote for loneliness. Wisdom has several components. It includes empathy and compassion, emotional regulation, balanced perspective, accepting different viewpoints. These all comprise wisdom. And in our studies, we have consistently found that people who have higher scores on wisdom, especially compassion, are much less likely to be lonely than people who don't have higher scores on wisdom. Even longitudinally, we have found that people who had higher scores on wisdom, especially compassion, were much less likely to become lonely 5 to 7 years later. And a number of other people also have shown that wisdom, especially compassion, is associated with lower level of loneliness. Interestingly, we found that wisdom and compassion were associated with a microbiome that was opposite of the microbiome we saw associated with loneliness. Loneliness is associated with microbiome that is not diverse. In the sense, there are similar microbes you see. So when we talk about diversity of microbiome, that means we have different types of bacteria, fungi, viruses in somebody's gut, right? So there are two types of diversity, alpha and beta. Alpha diversity refers to diversity within an individual, whereas beta diversity refers to diversity in between individuals. And we found that loneliness was associated with less diversity, alpha and beta, whereas wisdom and compassion were associated with greater diversity of microbiome, both alpha and beta. And this leads us to think that wisdom and compassion would be good antidote. And there have been several studies we and others have done that have shown that wisdom, especially compassion, would reduce and even prevent loneliness in people. And there are several ways in which this happens, but one important way is likely to be gut-brain axis. When we connect with people and we have more social connections, the microbe becomes more diverse. But also the other way around. If the microbe is diverse, we are more likely to have more social connection and better social connection. So, as I said, it's a bidirectional relationship between the gut microbiome and social connections, which are affected by how the brain is acting. So, in short, loneliness and wisdom compassion go in opposite directions. And given that loneliness is such a major problem worldwide, it is important that we increase the wisdom and compassion levels in the populations. And part of the way this will act is through the gut microbiome.